Peace, wholeness, love, and light. I am Nudiamonds here with a Scorpio full moon energy reading. I hope everyone out there is doing well, and let's jump into it, okay? Don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Shout out to the Soul Tribe, shout out to the members. I appreciate everyone so much. Wow, this is such a beautiful energy to be in, very intense. If you know anything about that Scorpio energy, you know Scorpios don't play, okay? So let's jump into the notes and let's deep dive into what this full moon has in store. Now, first off, this will be the first full moon of this month. So we have 2 full moons this month. So double the trouble, more bang for your buck, that double up. And that's seriously how this energy is coming in. It's coming in very intense, very multiplied, very amplified, very unexpected things happening. And just, tapping into your power and working on that alchemy for all of my alchemists out there as we're in the midst of this beautiful Taurus energy. It's all about getting grounded and staying grounded, but finding balance with your creativity, finding balance with your magic, finding balance with your power. And there will be a lot of things that are illuminated during this time. So I hope you guys are ready. All right, let's deep dive. Okay, so I said, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I say that, like I said, we have a blue moon. So every once in a blue moon, right? It's that rarity. It's that just really tapping into your intuition and having something come by or come back around, kind of like that boomerang effect after you have put in the work to receive the reward. Okay. And I also say that due to we have a lot of different planets that have finally transitioned into new signs. So this is a once in a lifetime opportunity due to those transitions, right? We have Uranus going into Gemini. We have Pluto going into Aquarius. We have Saturn and Neptune going into Aries. So there's a lot of shifts that are going on. And it's only inevitable that we are that shift. We feel that shift and we're making big shifts as well. Okay. I said this is going to be an illumination of your desires and a deep dive to see if you will sink or swim. Okay. I also said, what things are you pushing past to illuminate your true heart's desires? Okay. So what are you willing to sacrifice to get to where you want to be? What have you sacrificed to get yourself here, to get in this position? Okay. And I say that due to this fixed cross energy, right? Taurus is a fixed earth, Scorpio's fixed water. It's all about sacrificing something to get what you rightfully deserve, right? That discipline, honoring yourself, setting up those boundaries and breaking past old cycles. Okay. So this is all about mastering yourself, mastering that energy and getting in tune with that to be all that you can be, to see all that you can see. Okay. So, I said all of this energy is really made for us to ascend. Okay. So those barriers, those obstacles, those hurdles, they're all made for you to overcome, to master yourself at this time. Okay. And the more you overcome these things, the more you reach enlightenment with yourself. Okay. Ascend, to be light, right? To feel light. And that all comes from enlightenment. That all comes from putting in the work. Okay. I said this will be a time where travel will be a theme. Okay, so this could be a sense of astral travelings, how them dreams been. Okay, also physical travel, right? So, really letting that just kind of govern you and guide you at this time. Really listening to your spirit. If you hear your spirit telling you certain things, if your spirit is guiding you somewhere, don't be reluctant. Don't be stubborn to change. Really embrace it. Because it's going to have more than one reason why, more than one benefit as to why you feel called to move or go somewhere or do something at this time. Okay. So I said travel will be a theme, internal and external. This is for victory, right? This is for fulfillment. This is for a huge accomplishment. This is also to be in that, vicarious energy, right? For some people who can't travel, turn on something that has like the Bahamas or an island, or I love I Shall Speed. I feel like I'm living vicariously through him. So I love watching him travel all over the world and see that inner child just, spark that joy in others, spark that joy in millions of viewers that he has. So it's all about doing things that inspire you and motivate you at this time. Okay. Viral internet moments as well. And there's going to be a sense of this astral projection energy. So with that projection energy, it could be a sense of illusions, right? A projection screen or projecting something coming out onto something else. So be very mindful of that. Very, very protective with our energy during this time. That scorpionic energy is very intense, is very seductive in nature, is very aggressive, but very calming. It's all of those good things. So you just really want to be in tune with who you are at this time. Also, remote viewing will be a theme as well. I said all of those mystical and magical things, like I said, that Scorpio has to offer will be enhanced. Expect the unexpected. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Expect the unexpected in every way. Okay. Be open-minded at this time. Okay. Don't judge anything or anyone. Everything will be exposed, including you. Okay. So don't be so quick to judge something. Don't be so quick to cut things off. A lot of things are being exposed externally and internally. So there may even be some things that are being revealed to yourself about yourself at this time. And it's not for you to judge. It's just for you to observe. Okay. This is where you really get in tune with the inner you, right? Getting in tune with that, like I said, not being judgmental, showing yourself grace, showing yourself love, showing yourself patience, and embracing all of the beautiful changes that you make or don't make to evolve. Okay. So your inner desires, you're in control of your actions. You're in control of what you do. So being mindful of that, not letting others manipulate you, showing a sense of vulnerability, but just because we're vulnerable and we're open and we may be sensitive, don't mean that we're weak, right? We are spiritual warriors and standing on that to push through at this time. Okay. So I said your inner desires and your inner child will be a theme. So making sure that you're paying attention to that. And I say that because, that Scorpio energy is all about that merging, right? But we do also have like this, like I said, imaginative energy and that creative energy. And that's very, influenced by children, right? So your inner child really kind of governs everything. So you really want to make sure that you're in tune with that at this time, and facing your fears, right? There could be certain fears, certain traumas, certain triggers that may come up at this time. Make sure that you are aware of those and we don't run from our fears. We face them. That's how you grow and that's how you master yourself. Okay. So yes, do what needs to be done and what needs to be worked on. Must be done, and you'll tap into that discipline and that discernment as you continue to go along during this time. Okay. So like I said, don't be afraid to face your fears. Don't be afraid to put in that work, especially if it's inner work. Okay. Because essentially any investment that you make in yourself is always priceless and is always for the best benefit moving forward. Okay. So it will all be made very clear, even more than before. So don't get distracted because you will miss it. Okay. So if there's certain things that you've been feeling called to do, but you're not exactly sure why, just, go ahead and listen to your spirit. It may not make sense why, but it will in the future. Okay. So just follow that gut intuition, follow your, that inclination, right, to do something and get it done and, plant that seed and watch it grow. All right. So don't get distracted because you will miss it, right? So kind of really focusing on your goals, focusing on investments. Don't let outside things distract you at this time. Outside people, anything, negative, anything too positive, anything you getting blinded by the light, you getting pulled into darkness, you getting pulled. Cut it off, right? Anything that's shifting your energy, shifting your vibration in a way that you don't like, that could be something that was sent here to test you. So really focus on yourself to get whatever it is that you need done at this time. Okay. Let go of the ego to see clearly. Okay, so some of us, we couldn't be blinded by our own ego. Yeah, I said it, right? Don't get too big headed out here, right? It's, chop the head off the snake and watch the body follow. So you really want to be in tune. I'm not saying be humble, but I'm saying find balanced, right? It's not always about you. It's not always about me. It's not always about we either, or us. Finding a balance, right? You have to make sure that your cup is full to pour into others if you feel like it's necessary. All right. So be mindful of that ego at this time. And when you do that alchemy work, you will receive an internal upgrade. Okay. And this will be internal upgrades that we kind of see instantly, right? Whether you have a shift in vibration, whether there's certain things that you don't crave anymore, certain things you don't want to do. And it's really about growth and evolution. I see that as an upgrade. I see that as ascension. And don't get down or too hard on yourself due to you not wanting to do certain things or be around certain people anymore. This could be a sense of a glow up. Okay. All right. The values of self will grow. And this is a priceless thing. When you tap into the sweet things of life, enjoy them. Enjoy the pleasures of your heart's desires, especially if you've been putting in the work to see them. Okay. So this looks like, working and not playing, right? Overworking, not resting. Like I said, finding balance at this time is going to be key. Okay. Also paradise, right? Like I said, traveling, finding that bliss within, things that you love to do, people that you love, just that joy, that happiness, really tapping into that energy. That's going to be a theme over these next couple of weeks. Okay. Also, love will be a theme, right? Self-love, love with people, love with partners, love of things, right? Love of your career. Sex will be a theme. Be mindful of that. How you feeling, sexually, how others are feeling sexually, that attraction energy, things that excite you, things that have your attention, things that you're consuming, things that you're letting consume you, right? Be mindful, be very mindful, be very responsible, be very intentional, because our energy is truly priceless. Our energy is the new currency. So you want to be very mindful of how you're sharing your currency and your energy and your frequency at this time. Okay. I said chocolate will be a thing. Okay. So whenever I think of chocolate, I always think of like the cardiovascular health. It does help circulate the blood. It is something sweet. If you add a little, whatever additives you like to add to cacao to make it sweet. Right. But it's, that root, that being grounded in that nature, being grounded in earth, being grounded in Gaia energy, and finding the sweet pleasures of life, because earth provides everything that we need here for us to sustain life. So being optimistic and being observant of the things that you have before you, and being grateful and being in gratitude at this time. Okay. Money as well. This will be an influx of money, influx of love. Like, we're going to see a lot of abundance pouring at this time. It's going to be very intense. It could be overwhelming, but it's due to the work that you have been putting in. So really, this is a time to just kind of celebrate those victories that you've earned. And this is a huge milestone for the collective, right? We made it through where basically, we're in May. It's May 1st. So this is a time to really just, take a little break. We're halfway there, and continue to go about your mission with joy and ease at this time. Okay. And there is no triumph, there is no reward if there isn't some type of test. So this is a test for the triumph, right? The victory, that win, right? But it all comes from that discipline that you've been doing. And a lot of us, we have to go within to win. Okay. Go within to ascend. All right. This is where you find balance. You go all the way up. Old flames will come back to spark that 2003 energy. And I said that young money energy. So I was picking up on like young money, right? And that kind of gives me like everybody who didn't really get their time to shine, everyone who was kind of held back, like those underdogs, like people who were slept on, like people really coming back around to shine their light. And then also it's like levels to that, right? Because when I say young money, right, everybody who's kind of signed to young money, I'm kind of getting that energy, like an uproar, like a return, as far as everybody who was on that label, as well as this young money inheritance, right? So it's kind of like I'm getting like trust fund energy, I'm getting ancestral inheritance, I'm getting like some type of will, right? This is spiritual as well, right? So this is spiritual will, this is physical will, right? That willpower, something that was passed down from the ancestors to you that you're going to be inheriting at this time due to you qualifying, due to you being initiated, due to you being knighted, due to you being invited into this energy to continue on this journey of elevating your generation, elevating the legacy, elevating the lineage, elevating your family at this time. Okay. So yeah, those were kind of like my channeled scrying notes that I wrote. I really want to deep dive into the astro part of this, the astrology part of this, because it is so, like I said, there's so many different shifts that are here that we are embracing at this time. Again, don't forget to get them likes up, and yes, let's deep dive into it. Okay. So I said the moon is in Scorpio at 11 degrees. Woo. And it is May 1st. We got that 111 energy. Drop them 111s in the chat. Okay. This is divine alignment. This is you seeing some type of reward for your hard work, right? You seeing something trickle in, some type of nugget, some type of lead, some type of something, confirmation from spirit, confirmation from yourself, confirmation that you're on the right journey. Okay. That path, that portal being opened up for you to enter into, for you to receive everything that is that you need, clarity, confirmation, at this time. Okay. So I said a collective healing of the mind, body, soul, emotions, a deep intuitive enlightenment. Okay. A portal that will be open in the shadow realm, a hidden portal, physically and spiritually. Okay. And this will be very intense. It could be a sense of like this kundalini energy coming in, that life force energy coming in, highly sexually aroused. Be mindful of that. If you have partner, if you have a partner, I suggest y'all get into some tantric, sex magic, right? And if you don't look forward to that, right, you on your celibacy, you on your abstinence thing, I suggest going into some deep breathing, doing some tantra with yourself. Okay. Rising that kundalini within yourself and alchemizing that energy to really enhance your power at this time. Okay. I said sexual healing. Okay. So that's going to be a big thing during this time. Like I said, this energy is very intense. So, hey, do what you got to do. Okay. Have fun for me and, keep it safe, you guys. Okay. Or dangerous, however you want to play it. I don't know. Everybody into different things out there. But I said this is all about sexual healing, marriages, and breakups, right? So this is new contracts being formed within a collective, right? Those bonds that are being created, or those cords that are being cut at this time. Be very mindful of all of this energy because it's very much so present in the ethers, okay? And this could be breakups due to addictions, due to people not being able to break old habits, right, and create new ones, or people leveling up and creating new habits and noticing that certain people just aren't on the same frequency as them. And it, like I said, it's not a judgmental thing. It's just a frequency thing, right? We're not on the same frequency. It's not the same vibe, and it is what it is, right? So do you want to carry that dead weight, or do you want to cut that, trim the fat and elevate? You can't take everybody with you on this journey. And some people you'll meet along the way who just instantly click with. So it's all about doing what feels right to you and for you at this time. It's not about going with the flow of what others want you to do. It's about listening to your intuition of yourself. Okay. People who've grown up and people who've outgrown in the relationship. A balance within the sexes. The masculine will feel a surge of testosterone and the feminine will feel a surge of estrogen. So this is the masculine really being in their divine masculine, feeling that aggressive, sexual, sensual, protective, providative energy like a divine masculine, is. And then you have the feminine energy really getting that boost of estrogen, more nurturing, more loving, more seductive, more sensual, more in her body and in her essence at this time, or feeling more balanced within each one of those aspects, right? If you're overly in your feminine, feeling more balanced in that masculine energy and feeling more balanced within yourself. I always like to call this androgynous energy. So feeling more one with that androgynous energy within yourself and just letting that energy blossom and bloom at this time. Okay. Extra energy that hasn't been felt in years, for decades, for lifetimes. Okay, like I said, these shifts, everyone's going to be feeling them, and no one hasn't felt them unless you're over 84 years old. Okay, you've never felt Uranus in Gemini, and especially Uranus in Gemini conjunct Venus. Okay. Then, like I said, we have Saturn, we have Neptune, we have Mars, we have Mercury, we have Chiron, all in Aries. Woo! That energy, very, very intense. So, and then they're sextile to one another. So you're going to be feeling this energy amplified. Baby, you better be doing your grounding exercises, okay? That breathing, that working out, doing what you love on all levels, at all aspects at this time, because it's going to be felt, okay? This is going to be one of the months where you're going to really feel that energy, and you have to really make sure that you are emotionally intelligent and not being emotionally impulsive, all right? Okay. And this is things coming back to the collective consciousness. Like I said, that Uranus, and Venus at that Gemini, entering in that Gemini energy. This is things that no one hasn't felt in years, right? And it's going to be this intense collective consciousness, this collective subconscious, this collective unconscious energy for a minimum the next 7 years, because that's how long Uranus stays in a sign, in 7 years. So we're really going to feel this, right? This intense energy of really using our mind, using our brain, right? And thinking before doing, really wanting to learn and educate and, just grow on a whole nother level. Also, not overthinking, right? Don't overthink things, because, you got that air in that air, and it does double air, right? So it could be a little bit of airhead moments, right? So it could be a little bit of daydreaming. It could be a little bit of overthinking, over worrying, but this is where you really get grounded in that. So you're not just getting caught up in everything and anything at this time. Okay. So I said, 84 years ago, things are coming back into a collective consciousness. Okay. And I say that because, like I said, Uranus travels the whole signs, all of the signs within an 84-year period. Okay. This is about soul family coming back together, brothers, sisters coming back together, memories resurfacing, things you learned at a young age coming back to enlighten you. Okay. So it could be something that you forgot, you're remembering now. past life, this lifetime, whenever, however, wherever, like Shakira said, whenever, wherever, we're meant to be together, right? If it's meant to be, it will be, right? And it will be easy, right? Your path should be made easy. That's how you know it's in alignment. If it's not in divine alignment, there will be lots and many and plenty of frictions, baby. Spirit ain't got to tell me more than once, right? If I see the red flag, baby, I'm out of there, okay? If I see the green light, that mean go, okay? It's about paying attention to the signs, the symbols, and the synchronicities at this time, okay? I also said puppy love will be a thing. So feeling that young love, feeling that energetic love. This could be a time where you may find interest in someone or something being attracted to you, you being attracted to someone. Okay. Anything is possible with this energy. Like I said, expect the unexpected. All right. And really getting in tune with what your love language looks like. Also others people's love language at this time. Okay. Lots of children will be made during this energy. Okay, I've seen a lot of women that's been pregnant, shout out to them. But this is that energy. This is that baby making energy, that creative energy, right? If you don't want to be physically pregnant or get someone physically pregnant at this time, this could be a time of just really getting creative and investing in things at this time to pour into that. Like I said, planting them seeds and watching them grow at this time. This is that time. Okay. And also with children being made, there will be secret babies, right? Secret love babies, secret love child, secret love children at this time being exposed. And I feel like that's a double entendre because, some people, they have mistresses and all these other things. There's hidden relationships, hidden things, and people get caught up and things get exposed, but also it's also being in that divine alignment with source and really mastering your power, getting in tune with your power and being that love and light child, that being that love and light star seed, here to spread love, here to spread light, here to spread darkness, whatever you came here for in your mission, right? Whatever spirit has you on assignment right now, you being that, right? I like to call myself, I'm an undercover, right? I'm a 00 agent. I'm the 000 agent because you won't even see me coming, right? And that's how I like to move, right? But some missions, spirits say, hey, speak. I need you to speak on this. So go speak on it. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll volunteer as contribute. I'll volunteer as tribute, right? So really listening to what spirit has, what spirit mission you're on right now, and really listening to that at this time. Really listening to whatever spiritual mission spirit has you on, yourself, God, Allah, Brahman, whatever religious practices you do, right? Whatever Orisha got you on, got your head, however you want to go about it, make sure that you are listening because it will all start to make sense as you continue on your journey. All right. And if you know, right? I'm giving you confirmation out there. If you're already following on your soul path, on your soul mission, you're already seeing lots of confirmation that this is what you're supposed to be doing at this time. Okay. You're going to get even more confirmation at this time. All right. So I said, summon secret love child. Watch in 6 months. Watch in 6 to 9 months. Everything is going to be completely different, completely shifted. And I say everything in 6 months because in 6 months it will be Scorpio, right? It will be Scorpio season, but also 9 months because we'll be in that Aquarius energy. And that's a full birth, this full new rebirth that you're embracing, this full new creative project that you're enduring. Something will come to a head at that time. Okay. So come back to this and let me know if your girl was on point. Okay. I'm normally on point. Okay. I normally don't miss, but yeah, come back and let me know how things is popping off in the ethers for you at that time. All right. And like I said, this isn't just physical children, right? This is spiritual babies, spiritual gifts, spiritual things, as well as physical things, right? Investments, opportunities, careers, people, engagements, marriages, right? Spiritual initiations, titles, right? Just all type of different things that we're going to be embracing at this time. Be open to it all. All right. I said unexpected connections and unexpected disconnections. Be mindful of that. And that's a lot of technological things too. That's not just physical. Oh, we ain't got a cool vibe, right? That's like, can you hear me now? The phone just got disconnected. Okay. The Wi-Fi tripping, right? Technological issues as well. So be mindful of that. All right. breakups and get-togethers. This is going to be the theme. Like I said, that Uranus and Venus conjunct in Gemini. Yeah, that's the two, right? The Gemini is the two, but it's also two planetary bodies in Gemini. So it can be on whatever type of spectrum you want it to be, right? So just be mindful of that energy as well. Okay. Also, a lot of saposexual energy, right? A lot of stimulate my mind, right? And investing in your mind as well to nourish the soul, right? To feed the body, to feed the mind, to feed the spirit, to feed the soul on a higher level at this time. Okay. Investing in the mind, intelligence will be the new sexy thing. Intelligence will be the new cool thing, right? Nerds is in, right? Shout out to all the nerds out there. I love you. Okay. If ain't nobody told you, I appreciate you. Okay. So yes, that will be a theme. This is the flip. This is the switch. Okay. New spirit guides come in to help you for the next 84-year cycle. So be open and mindful of that. A lot of you could be feeling different shifts. Like I said, ascension symptoms, new guides, new angels, new tribe members, new ancestors, all here to help you heal, all here to help guide you at this time. Okay. Things within the home shifting as well. Like I said, we are in Taurus season that governs the home. So be mindful of that. There could be things shifting within your home physically, you making a move, like I said, moving physically, or this could be spiritual movement, right? You feeling more elevated within yourself, you upgrading at this time. So be mindful of that. Okay. Also, the mental plane being expanded, the astral plane being expanded, the soul plane being expanded. I don't know why I picked up on some type of things with Snoop Dogg, some type of things with Kevin Hart, right? Also like Dr. Dre, because I said soul plane and it just made me think of the whole movie. So it could be something with those celebrities, a lot of things popping up, like I said, with celebrities, but also on the soul plane, on the soul level, on the mental level, on the physical level, all of these different planes, all of these different levels, all of these different dimensions, everything will be getting felt at this time. Okay. And I also said the heart, right? Because when I wrote Snoop Dogg and I wrote Kevin Hart, the heart kept coming up. And then, like I said, breakups, get-togethers. So I put the heart breaks. Okay. So giving your nervous system a break when it comes to whatever type of pressures that you're putting on yourself. Also, I spoke about this in my last video where we will be seeing certain people going into shock, right? Things are so shocking that their heart physically can't take it and they tap out, some type of, cardiac arrest. Be mindful of that, making sure that you're taking care of your heart mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, on all levels. That way you are at optimal health. I love to say health is wealth because it is. Okay. And then with this, what did I put? This is Uranus and, Venus. Wow. As above, so below. Because when I look at the shape of Uranus and Venus and you put them together, they make like this as above, so below, as within, so without energy. So for me, things are going to be very intense over the next 2 weeks. We're going to be feeling this energy very intensely over the next few weeks, 2 weeks, especially because we go into a super new moon in Taurus. And then, like I said, we have 2 full moons this month. Right. So it's going to be extra. It's a little bit extra. Okay. So just be mindful of that. And for the next 80-year cycle, things are going to be, kind of like in this energy of where we have to be mindful of our minds. Right. Because what's on our mind matters. Okay. Bars. Also kept picking up on like this 9/9 energy. So like I said, be mindful of that. There could be some things happening in September. 9/9, those portal dates are always huge. Just be mindful of that. 9/19 energy, something happening on the 9th of this month as well. As we get ready to go into that Mother's Day energy. Mother's Day is on 5/10. So I'll be doing a whole nother separate reading for that because that energy has been calling me. calling a lot of people in the collective, as well as Rod Hayes giving a huge shout out to what he's doing in Philadelphia on that day. If you don't know, now you do. So this is going to be a big thing that happens with the collective as well. Okay. And also Venus is at the 9th degree and Jupiter is at the 19th degree. So that 919 is going to be shifts going on all this month. So be open to that as well. Okay. The sun is in Taurus, so stay grounded in your values, stay grounded in your integrity, stay grounded in your mind, body, heart, and soul, and make sure you have pure intentions because the energy will be intense and testing at this time, and tempting. You might get tempted, so don't fall into temptation, right? What they said, thou shalt not lead me into temptation. Okay, yeah, get back. Right? Tell them get back, right? And set them boundaries and nobody ain't crossing them. Okay. I didn't get this far I didn't make it this far just to not do something when I came this far. Okay. I didn't come this far just to come this far. Okay. Make sure you focused and you have those intentions set. That way you can hit your goal. All right. So yes, lots of pressure due to this sextile energy in Aries. Like I said, we have Neptune, Saturn, Mars, Mercury, Chiron, all in Aries. And this will be very, very intense, right? So you could be feeling emotionally charged up, right? Blissful. You could be feeling the opposite spectrum of that, more aggressive. Just be mindful and find balance. Do alchemy work, okay? The next 20 years, generationally, with that Neptune and Aries, that's a 14-year cycle. And with that Pluto in Aquarius, that's a 20-year cycle. So generational changes will be exposed that need to be worked on, right? I've been seeing a lot of elders in my family getting extremely sick. Some younger people in a generation getting extremely sick, mental issues, physical issues. This is where you got to make that change. Stop playing with yourself because you will mess around and find out. Okay. Spirit gave you an assignment. Follow up on it and do it. Okay. Because one thing you don't want to do is get that bad whooping from source because you didn't listen. Get that bad whooping from spirit. Get sat down by spirit because you wasn't listening. I learned the first time. I learned a long time ago. Okay. If spirit say do something, you better do it. All right. So yeah, this is that generational change that we want to see. And we make those changes that we want to see that need to be worked on and do not ignore them because it will be worse. Okay. If you want to receive the reward, do the work. In that break up to break through. Also, there is a water trine. Okay, so that means there will be harmony with your spirit, harmony with emotions, harmony with your intuition. So this could be a peak time for your intuition to come through. Like I said, make sure that you are listening at this time. Okay, and also I heard water break, right? So we could get floods. We could get a lot more storms. We could get hurricanes. I was picking up on a lot of water things resurfacing from the bottom deep depths of the ocean, different land masses, different things within ourselves, emerging, remembering, all of these different things that have to deal with the water, the moon, and cycles. Be very mindful of that at this time. Okay. But yes, this will be high tides, right? So high tides lift all boats. Like I said, get ready. Okay. The foundation for the home is set. Once you balance the opposition, you will go higher. You will tap into a higher timeline. Stay connected to your higher mind to break through to the higher timeline. Stay in sync because all illusions of this timeline is present as well. Okay, so it's something that's being illuminated within the illusion for you to open up your eyes to at this time. So be very mindful of that as well. Okay. False matrix is breaking, and I heard and I seen glass shatter, and it was like a mirror, and it was like spirit wants us to really stay still and observe because things, like I said, the false matrix is breaking, right? So this false sense of identity, this false sense of reality, these false things are all coming to a head and being revealed, and spirit just really wants us to sit back and observe and get in tune with ourselves. That way we can better alchemize this energy and continue to push through like we've been doing. Okay, so yes, And Spirit says, stay still to avoid being impacted. You are rising into your God consciousness. All right. So that was a big thing. Again, that those were like some major alignments that I noticed within the chart. Like I said, going back to that Mother's Day energy, 5-10, 5-9, from the 9th through the 14th will be huge portals. That 5-5 portal is going to be big. I'm going to do another breakdown on that. But yeah, these were just like some general things I really wanted to share with the collective. Let's tap into my live meditation and see what are some more things that may pop up at this time. Again, shout out to the Soul Tribe. Shout out to Source. Thank you so much. Angels, angels of light, and benevolent entities that work with me to bring in these messages at this time. Thank you. I don't even know what it is that I'm seeing. I'm seeing what looks like 2 pyramids, but it's like one pyramid is in front of the other. And one pyramid is a little higher than the other. The best way that I can kind of describe it is like a foundation being set for the Ferris wheel. That's kind of like what I'm getting, because what I'm seeing is this, and then it's like this. So it's like a level up, a step up. Okay. And then whenever I think about pyramids, I always think about a foundation, because pyramids have a very solid foundation. Thank you, Spirit. Give me a second. I have no clue what this is. I love this Spirit is just giving me, yeah, it's like expect the unexpected. Like these are some things, we're going to see some things we never seen before. We're going to feel some things we never felt before. What I'm seeing, the best way I can describe it, it looks like some type of big ass fish, or like, it looks like a circle or something, like a fish with like wings and are like swimming, like the big fish swimming. Ooh, yes. Like, and it's like pushing through, like against all odds, against the current, against the pressure. Like, just keep swimming. Don't lose focus. Don't give up on yourself, right? Just keep going. Things will be made clear as you continue to trust yourself and trust Source at this time. A lot of things will be illuminated at this time as well, as far as internally and externally, as far as with others and within yourself. Just be mindful and pay attention, star seeds. I just want you guys to sit back and observe like you've been doing, and watching things expose themselves, not as a sense of judgment, but as a sense of enlightenment, for you to acknowledge what's right in front of you, without the illusion of distraction, without the illusion of attraction, without the illusion of lust, without the illusion of money, just in its pure essence and its pure spirit for what it is truly. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. I don't want to get in my ego. Okay, Spirit said that's part of the message. Yeah, doing stuff that you love just because you love it, right? And the money will come, right? When I get on here and I do these videos, it's because I love doing it, right? And then Spirit has the abundance flowing in all different type of ways. Yeah. So do what Spirit has called you to do, and you will see the abundance measure greatly, unmeasurable. The abundance will be unmeasurable when you work for Spirit. Spirit has a different type of currency. Spirit has a different type of energy payout. Okay. For my star seeds, confirmation and clarity for a lot of people who watch these videos. Shout out to the Soul Tribe. Shout out to Source. Okay. This is like you're entering in a divine dance with Source, and it's going to be very pleasurable. Because you are highly favorable. You are highly favored at this time for operating in your love and your light, and maneuvering through the darkness and fight to find the alchemy and find the balance within this realm of existence of free will. And you chose to have discipline and honor yourself and go against the grain, go against the norm to be who you truly are authentically. That is what we value in these higher levels of consciousness, unconsciousness, and subconsciousness. And that's what you're getting back centered to. Okay, you guys, that was the message. Okay, shout out to the Soul Tribe. This is going to be a beautiful Scorpio full moon again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate the Soul Tribe so much. Shout out to the members. Again, if anyone feels called to, my website is down below, nudiamonds.net. Shout out to everybody who's been buying tea, booking sessions, and buying products. I love you guys so much, and I catch you guys on the next one. Until next time, peace.